Why was the spiritual team important? What makes this effort different with a church opposed to without a church?
The different approach was first when you, and every infill property throughout the United States, an infill property is properties that are closer to the downtowns. And everyone has moved out of those areas generationally to go to the suburbs to escape crime. Today what we've realized is infill properties is the most expensive property and most valuable property that you can have. But you got to take out crime. So we figured out a way to take out the crime, but the way to do that is we planted missionaries in what I call the harvest field, if you're going to use church terms, because what we do is we do a study of every individual, and then we do a study of the churches. And what we found in most infield, impoverished, blighted areas, the church is weak. So we brought in missionaries to live on every block, and they become the church, tied to a local church and tied to a church in the city, and they become the hands and the feet to actually minister to people. So in my own family, we moved into this 11th poorest zip code, most violent zip code, and I raised my children there. I had 70 new homes we had built. We bought out 400 drug houses, built a whole subdivision, all first-time homeowners. They bought their homes through bank loans and through a free enterprise system, and they succeed. They experience the American dream, but it's the church component that makes it succeed.
It's the spiritual. You brought the light of Christ to the community, and the light of Christ made a difference. Now, I want to contrast that. I've got an article here that is from 2012 that was written, How Obama is Robbing the Suburbs to Pay for the Cities. The Obama administration had a very different approach to dealing with this problem. They said, well, the suburbs are prosperous, the cities are poor, therefore we'll take money, which is socialism, right? We'll take money from the suburbs and put it in the cities. Did that work?
No, it didn't work. It's obvious by the results that President Trump is getting now. But I want to applaud Randy and say what you've got with what he did in West Dallas is an operationalization, if you will, of Christian ideology. The missing ingredient has been the plan, boots on the ground, which he had, but also discipleship or changing the mind of the individuals. Obama thought that you just write a check, transfer money to a region without transforming the thinking of the individual. If I give you something you tear up the second week you own it, then I haven't solved the problem. Crime stays in. What we're finding is that many communities around the nation, you heard about this in the news, are simply they're doing it in New York, paying money to people who are homeless, shipping them somewhere. DC shipped people upstate Maryland out of the urban center. And the people, when they got to the new place, just replicate old behavior because their mind has not been engaged. That's what the church has got to do for individuals with specific discipleship programs, I would call it in the old day. And that could take the form of after-school programs. Educational gap closure is taking place of teaching people how to handle their finances, gaining home ownership. Only 41% of blacks own their homes, 70-some% of whites. I'll stop there.